Fuck off. Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi.
By the way, when do we roughly normally go to summer raiding hours?
Middle of June usually.
Okay.
It's a good point. I've got to change my rates that I put up already. As I put them up at 15:45, and at the end of the month, they'll definitely be an hour later. Back to summer. Right, I'm not changing yet. I'm making sure everybody's here, because if we lose any more people who've already lost everyone, then I might have to rethink the plans. So when the raid is full, that's when you should enter, and I say so. Don't enter before.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello. I'm coming.
Giggity.
That's what she said.
Not around there, but she didn't.
What?
Ooh.
Oh goddamn.
Come on, knock. Where are those procs?
I know, yeah. At least I procced like 5 last week.
Did you though?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't do it in the raid, so you'd have to believe me. I'm connected.
Countered.
Anyone got Inox on real ID?
I might actually.
Up.
Wait, what?
It's worse than the last one. Jesus Christ.
I have a weird feeling this isn't actually Ellie playing. It's like Ellie. Does Ellie have a brother or something?
I've gone even slottier.
A brother was even worse taste than him. That's terrible.
I actually got the chest today as well, so
The
I just
book.
transmogged it.
The book looks ridiculous.
It looks a bit better with the other chest on. I just had to improvise with the chest and leg though, so I ain't got him yet.
I think Voss's transmog right now looks better than yours.
Oh, it looks quite good. I like it.
Inspect fast and you see box. Yeah. Nice
Metal Gear
transfer.
Solid.
By the way, for those who happen to be in London, you can go swimming in the Olympic pool. It is absolutely brilliant. I highly recommend it.
Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen.
Our fury will save Azeroth.
Linux is connected.
I must pay for my mistakes.
Okay. We're going to go. I'm going to chance it. Let's just have a look here. Right. Last spot. Sam's not here yet. I'm going to get Bragger in.
This is like too tempting. I've went to inspect rag, and then I've got a button that says demote.
Now,
I
can you
haven't got
demote
anybody
him?
else. Yeah, I haven't got anybody
Demote.
else, but I can rag for some reason. I
You
just-
shouldn't-
From main tank it means.
Yes, demote from main tank. You can't.
I still might want to press it.
He's a higher guild rank than you. It's impossible for you to demote him.
If I can demote him here, I can press demote.
He can demote you though.
You just remove main tank and then I can just give it back to myself.
We don't know. Maybe Ellie has hacked the game. Got contacts and Blizzard.
Okay, I'm extending. All right,
No.
we can enter now. Hey, Brags. Sam hasn't shown yet, so may as well start with you. Damn Americans oversleeping all the time.
Freedom.
Go with the world boss.
Yeah,
Elison's personal construct is nearby. It would be a shame if something bad happened to it.
Guess we're killing it, right?
Well,
Yeah.
kind of.
We're in
have to.
combat.
Gift of the
And we're going to
Queen.
be respawning at this point all the time.
Gift
so
of the Queen.
Ah, I see. Run for this too.
Ellie, you do know there's literally no run back at all.
Essence of Gamir.
I was thinking the same.
You know I'm
Let this
sending
be
a
a
text
lesson
message.
to
So.
those who flaunt their power.
Priorities.
Yeah, it's fine. Till his boyfriend is ready.
I'm actually trying to buy a new PC, but I think I've got my address wrong on it. So I'm just texting them a message and trying to figure out what address I need to put.
I was going to tell you to build one, but if you can't get your address right,
Oh no, I can't fucking build one. God no.
It's easy.
How did you get your address wrong?
It's very complicated now.
I happen to agree the postal system in the UK is very complicated, but still.
It's doing me being lazy and not moving my address from my mum's address for like 12 years.
I'm also going to blame your mum for this, Obi.
And then I think we changed it when I can't remember, so I'm just texting the missus now to figure it out.
Hold on, when you say you changed your address, is that another word for saying you moved house?
I've moved house like 4 times in that time. But then my billing address is still my mum's, so I was too lazy to move. Like I say, it's complicated.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds very complicated. Not sure it needs to be, but
It's pointlessly complicated, but complicated.
I did the other thing and jumped the gun. I changed everything to my new address, expecting to have moved in about 3 months ago, and I haven't moved in yet. It's becoming quite a problem. So I'm getting all my mail to an address I don't even go to.
Yeah, that's where being lazy helps.
Countered. 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 Gift of the Queen. Earthen Shield Totem. Countered. 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 Commanding countered. Essence of Gamir. Countered.
Oh, too much aggro. Lockdowns.
Lay on hands. Countered. Devotion Aura. Earthen Shield Totem.
let's block.
I foresaw your coming, of course. The threads of fate that led you to this place. Your desperate attempt to stop the Legion.
Cauldron's going down at green now.
My people faced a similar dilemma. I peered into all
Gateway.
possible futures in search of an answer. And found only one. The Legion's victory is inevitable. Every time stream shows it to be so.
Flask pips.
Had we resisted, they would have taken the Nightwell by force and left us bereft of it. I could not allow my people to starve, to waste away without its energy sustaining us. So a bargain was struck. Now I see a future where the Legion is victorious and my people endure. This is the thread that must be preserved. I will do everything in my power to make it so. Your deaths ensure the future of the Nightborn. Come forward, then.
Okay.
Let us speed you towards your fate.
Right, as we've been saying on the forums, a few changes, minor ones. Let's see if we can push phase 1. Yeah, Mantis Rooms. Well done, Amateur. Let's put down the chest. You're in raid food, take 1.
In regards to priority damage in phase 1, guys, it's not actually much different to what we were doing last week. However, this time you are targeting the boss and cleaving off onto the ads at the start, not targeting the ad and cleaving onto the boss. So you want to target the boss, have the red ad tanked on the boss, and just cleave it. Just attack the boss, passively cleave onto the red ad until it dies, and then you can get your haste buff and finish off the slow ad before the rings come in. As for the DPS check, we are moving for rings. We'll go over that in a minute, but we can soak 3 sets of rings in front of blue. Therefore, we are not moving from that blue. You are going to target the boss and absolutely nuke it. You're not going to switch to the other blue ad. You're not even going to interrupt the other blue ad. You're just going to focus boss, boss, boss until it dies. Because if we get the 4th set of rings, we're not going to make it in P2 and P3 anyway.
Some people have not taken their Mantis Rooms from Raid Food tab, please. And there's 5 left in there. I only put 20, so...
Yeah, fuck it.
What? Can we mark tanks, please, so we can move with them in the ring?
But the only ad we interrupt is the red one. We don't touch the blue one at all. So that when the red one dies, just ignore everything else, focus boss. Use your second pots in phase 1. The entire idea is we get 3 sets of rings in phase 1. So in phase 2, we only ever kill 1 blue ad and stand in front of it until the rings are gone. And in phase 3, we only ever kill 1 blue ad. It's such a time saver, and it'll save the healer's mana, which is good because we're 3 healing, and it'll save us a lot of hassle, which is good because I don't like hassle.
Are we allowed to interrupt the blue ad to proc Sithas?
Yeah, proc it for Cephas, yeah. As long as you can reliably do it once a minute without somebody beating you to it.
Okay, just the one point, the split on the blue ad, because obviously the blue ad, when nuking the boss, we're cleaving the pink ad. Pink ad obviously has to die before blue, but the main thing is that we're doing as much damage to the boss as we possibly can. We will double pot as well in order to push through the phase, but obviously the blue does have to go down because he has to die as the first set of rings come in, otherwise we've got no slowing circle to save us. Now, obviously I'm going to start off saying every dot class dot up the blue ad, but I think we ought, I don't know whether we should maybe just put 1 or 2 ranged on it full time from when it spawns, and then adjust down to 1 or up to 3 if necessary. What do you think, Nock?
I'm sorry, I wasn't. I completely zoned out then.
You completely missed what I was saying. Nice.
I did,
Okay.
yes.
All right. I'm saying on the blue ad, because the blue ad will need to die before the rings come in. So he'll need to be dotted, but I don't think dots alone are going to bring it low enough. So I was thinking of putting 1 or 2 ranged ads on him immediately from when he spawns, so that they bring him low enough so that he can just be finished off at the right time. Do you think dots will be enough? Do you think 1 will be enough? Do you think we should start with 2? We'll adjust up or down as we see, but the blue ad really needs to die the latest possible in that phase so that we can maximise DPS on the boss.
As long as the blue ad dies before the countdown for blue rings hits 0, you can hit 2 seconds before and it should just be fine. I think in our tries last week the ad was at around about 50% when the red ad had died, though I don't know whether that was due to dots or whether everyone was targeting anything possible.
Exactly, people were targeting. No, and the other thing, I don't want melee on the blue ad at all. So I want range to kill it, because melee will get the blue bubble debuff once it gets killed, and I just don't want us near it because some of us will get it by accident. So if you saw the video that we put in that Inox linked, where they did the double bubble stacking thing, where you do pink near the middle and blue on the outside of it. I liked the way that was handled, which was basically the pink ad and boss were pulled to the centre. The boss was annihilated and the pink ad was cleared to death. The blue ad was obviously just next to them, and that was dotted and DPS down by range. And as soon as that, like you say, the countdown got to 1 or 2, that blue ad was killed. But there was no melee near it at all. Only the range did it, and I'd like to replicate that ourselves. I think like last week when the countdown got to about like 5 seconds, everyone switched and it died at the right time anyway. Because when we get the haste buff, that thing will get melted. Yeah, I know. But all right. We'll try it with just ducks to start with and see how far off we are. I'm not ranged, obviously. When it gets into the last 5 seconds or something, you will hard switch to blue and kill it. The rest of us will stay on boss, melee rather. Okay, let's get some pulls in and see how this goes. Who wasn't here last week? Poco wasn't here last week. Scrare wasn't here last week. Okay, yeah, try and stay alive, guys. That's your first challenge, staying alive.
It'd be easier if everyone follows the marked tanks when avoiding rings, so that you can all be at the same point, because the boss is going to run straight to the tank anyway. So you want to be there if you're melee, so that you can DPS immediately.
Everybody rune up, please.
Because if you watch the videos, everybody moved with the tank, and then when the boss came back, it was just pure nuke straight away then.
Get to the wall.
Get to the wall.
Bloodlust on pull as well.
Yeah, pre-pot, Bloodlust on pull, and then repot
5,
once it's off.
4,
Yagi,
3,
rune,
2,
please, mate.
1.
Your timelines end here.
Hey! Oh! Let's go!
Bloodlust.
Big ad.
Bloodlust.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Earthen shield totem. Tears deliverance. Gift of the queen. Gift of the queen.
Taunt
Sacrifice.
boss. 4,
3,
Essence of
2,
Gamir.
1.
Let the
Watch
waves
your-
of time crash over you.
Big Ad.
That was nice. Get your buff back. Get funk up.
Taunt boss.
Get out. Get outside ranged and heal him.
Watch your step.
Not you.
Taunt boss.
He didn't get outside.
Taunt boss.
Earthen Shield Totem.
4, 3,
Good mortal
Gift of the Queen.
1.
Let the
Gift of
waves
the Queen.
of time crash over you.
Devotion Aura.
Taunt boss.
Going left.
Stay still.
Taunt boss. 4, 3,
Vampiric
2,
Embrace.
1.
Let the
Watch
waves
your-
of time crash over you.
Big
Stay
Ad.
focused and push
Going
it.
left.
Taunt boss.
Healing Tide. Spirit
Taunt
Tranquility.
boss.
Focus boss. Stay here, stand still.
Taunt boss.
Range, get out.
Watch your step.
Gift of the Queen. Essence of Gamir.
4,
Stay outside.
3, 2. Phase 2.
There we go. That's how you do phase
Single
Oh no.
Progress.
So, yeah, that
one.
works.
Okay. Interrupt the blue ad recursion at all
Watch your
times.
step.
Do not let a cast get through. And if you have
Big
the
Ad.
Sulfuric beam on you, stand still.
Big Ad.
Ranged, get on interrupts and bigger.
Countered.
Kill the
Taunt
red ad
boss.
first, as before.
Stack it up with the boss.
volatile.
Orbs.
Look. Oh, yeah.
Don't forget the orbs, guys. Okay, let's wipe it.
Right.
4,
From the limited
3,
bit of what you saw there in P2, where it's
1.
the exact same way as P1,
Watch
you
your-
pull, as you see where
Taunt boss.
Rag has the boss, the ad, and where the other ad is spawned.
But it was
So,
inevitable.
you want to do the same thing. You want to cleave the red ad down, finish off the blue ad, while standing in the orbs to soak. But you also want to make sure that you're interrupting recursion on the blue ad. Anybody with Cephas, that would be good for you. Because obviously, if you imagine it's like P1, you have to interrupt every now and then recursion.
Not
Yes.
for the P2 and the P3 for the soaking. I just see some strategy, and we call some range on time on the same point with color, no? Because if you go you understand or not?
No.
Okay.
Basically, I understand. I speak Bieber. I can translate. Basically, he's saying to assign range to sort of spots in the room.
No, I don't.
We have to
so.
have different range every time, don't we?
Yeah, I was about to say you can't really assign because you have to swap and change depending on the debuff. So it's just a matter of just getting out there and doing them. So people like with blinks, druids, get out to them. The
Worth
third
noting,
one.
if you soak one, you can't soak the second one unless you have an immunity like a hunter or a mage. But alright, so what Enoch said about the blast that destroyed him.
Was that in
pretending
P1
it
it
is,
killed him? Or in P2?
Either way, it works the same, I think. So it's every blast that gets off, it increases the next blast damage by like 10%, and it stacks until you interrupt one. I'm hoping that with the amount of people proccing Cephas Secret on this boss for their haste, that we are going to get interrupts every now and then of blast anyway. But I'm going to interrupt on cooldown on a focus. That's like every 25 seconds. It's not a big loss of DPS to do.
Well, we'll just have the off tank taunt
The-
the ad so he doesn't blast anyone else.
Yeah, it's
You
the
just interrupt
hang on a
recursion,
minute.
don't interrupt blast.
Yeah, listen, the blue ad targets the closest mob. So the off tank goes and stands near the blue ad and they get blast every time. A range should never get blast. That's how you handle that particular mechanic. You make sure that the tank takes it. So yes to interrupting it every now and then, a free interrupt, why not? Even when the tank moves out, when it does blast, to go and pick it up, then yeah, go out there, toss an interrupt on it, that's fine. But Inox should not be the closest person. No range should ever be closest to the blue round.
Right, so I'm going to assume P1's going to go as smooth as well, so that we can see P2 again. Just remember, if with Delphic beams, it goes through the person now, through to the edge of the room. So if you get beam on you, stand still. Everybody else will move away from you. We fucking hope. Interrupt recursion on the blue ad, and because if you don't interrupt recursion, what happens then is she immediately does another Delphic beam. While that won't kill you, it'll kill the healer's mana, which will kill you later on. So just interrupt that every single time on the blue ad, and soak orbs.
Is anyone live logging?
Live log.
I am. There is a link on Discord.
Rune up, guys. Come on.
Okay.
Have you all got runes, please? We need them. So don't slack on that. If you don't have any runes, then there are some. I got some and put them in the food tab.
Can we, at least for the beginning, until we get in far enough in the fight, try to double pot and see if we can do it without a rune until then?
I did.
Only one person, that was me, has 2 pots on the logs.
No, I double potted too.
Yeah, me, you, and Valgrash, and that's it.
I did call second pot, so just people need to open their ears and second pot. When your pot comes off of cooldown, second pot, and we'll push it even faster. But yes, as I said, there's also runes in the guild bank. So put guild bank down the Yagi and get yourself some runes.
Yeah, I have few. Not a problem. They're just, I think they're too expensive to get them at this point.
5, 4, 3,
I put
2,
about 150
1.
in the bank. So.
Your timelines end here.
Let's go. Bloodlust.
Sorry.
Big ad.
No, good.
Big ad.
Damn it.
Earthen Shield Totem. Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss.
Gift of the Queen. Essence of Gamir. Countered.
Taunt boss. 3, 2,
Countered.
1.
Let the
Watch
waves
orb.
of time crash over you.
Go left.
Big ad.
Refresh your bow.
Taunt boss.
Range to get out.
Taunt boss. Your step.
Range to outer range.
Taunt boss.
Second pot.
Gift of the Queen.
4,
Gift of the Queen.
3,
Countered.
2, 1.
Earthen Shield
Let the
Totem.
Watch
waves
your
of
boss.
time crash over you.
It's wasting 10 seconds.
Taunt boss.
And right. Yeah, I know, but we have to use it.
Taunt
Need to
boss.
push it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And wait until it comes
Watch
back.
orb.
See, it breaks it up again. There's nothing you can do about it.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Going left.
Taunt boss.
Don't tank it there.
Tranquility.
Right, get out ranged and healers.
Let's just wipe it, please. You cannot move
Watch
the
your
boss
step.
to behind the blue bubble like that. Let's just wipe it.
4, 3,
It's probably best to
You
just
will kill us
Wow.
every single time because there's those 2 discs coming through this. Can't just stop
Watch
it.
orb. Big ad.
I take no joy in this victory, but it was inevitable.
But we see a real difference on damage.
Yeah, there's no way of using the pot before the double ring phase. Yeah, you're going to waste some of it, but it doesn't really matter. If you like, what might make sense, I know you and I both use Potion of Old War, use Prolonged Power. So, yeah, you're losing some uptime for it, but you're going to get a longer uptime in general on the boss. So it'll probably give you more damage than Old War because of the double ring interrupt.
We're not interrupting the blue ad recursion, Rag.
Why not?
Why?
Because it kills the tanks.
No.
Well, it can.
Yes.
It can kill.
It prolongs the debuff that we need to taunt on.
Do you look at guides, or do you just run in and eat things to the face?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Pardon, excuse me. Don't keep things civil, guys. It is a risk that the tank will take extra damage. It just
just died because of that. Yeah, you had too many stacks and I couldn't taunt because it kept getting prolonged. So yeah.
So if your inability to taunt happens, why didn't it happen the previous try then?
Because it got interrupted.
Okay, somebody interrupted it the previous try then and didn't this try.
Most likely to proc Cephas, which is fine.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If there is, I mean, it does prolong the, it does prolong both the fast and the slow phases. But if it prolongs it makes it creates the inability for the tank to taunt, then we need to have that it interrupted at least once so it can drop off. Can the tank do it? Can you interrupt your own feed?
Well, if I run out, that's...
Well, you're supposed to run out to it on blast anyway.
Yeah, but we're not always there because we have to run back and take the boss.
Just funnily enough, we did not interrupt a single recursion last try. We interrupted one this try.
Maybe it's a cooldown thing. There's those links that I put in the forums. Though they did talk about the tank issue, because you're not supposed to interrupt anything in P1. So there is a way to do it. It's not just they say there's a risk with tanks, but that you can survive it with cooldowns.
Yeah, but if we're interrupting something, it might as well be the recursion, because if you're interrupting blasts, the tank takes those anyway, so there's no point.
That's true. There's
Whereas
no need.
the recursion actually does something, the blast doesn't.
Yeah, there's no need to interrupt blast if the off tank is going to take the blast. Already? Come on then. Let's go again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here.
Forgot about it.
Go.
Big Ad.
Bloodlust.
Big Ad.
Tears Deliverance.
Please don't move far.
Essence of Samir. Commanding Shout. Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen. Counter.
Taunt
Earthen
Boss.
Shield Totem.
4,
Counter.
3, 2, 1.
Let the
Watch
waves
all.
of time crash over you.
Right, left. Damn it.
Big Ad.
Yeah.
Get out.
Taunt Boss.
Devotion Aura.
Watch your step.
Not you.
Gift of the Queen.
4,
Gift of the Queen.
3,
Counter.
Taunt boss.
Blood mirror.
1.
Let the
Watch
waves
orb.
of time crash over
Countered.
Taunt boss.
Going left.
4, 3, 2,
Lay on hands.
1.
you. Let the
Watch orb.
waves of time
Healing
crash
tide.
over you.
Taunt boss.
Left.
Tranquility.
Taunt boss. Taunt
Watch
boss.
Counter.
Not you.
Taunt boss.
Being in range of
Essence
the
of
thing.
Gamir.
So,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Spirit wind.
Watch orb.
Oh, just
Phase 2.
You exist in but a
Oh,
single
that's okay.
moment. I am far less
I was on the rank. But
Watch
Yeah.
your step.
Bieber and Vrago were probably shitting themselves there for a moment, but
Big ad.
Right, cleave the red ad down in
Big
front
ad.
of the slow ad, like P1.
Countered.
Orb's
Taunt
coming in
boss.
now.
Cat balls.
time can be quite
Gift of the
Also the
Queen.
orbs.
Gift of the Queen. I found.
4,
You're gonna have to
3,
kill the blue ad.
Tears
1.
deliverance.
No.
Watch orb. Taunt
Counter.
boss.
Iron bark.
Finish it. Damn it.
Big ad.
when I get the orb, it was
Sacrifice.
Get out ranged and healers.
Taunt watch your step.
Time answer to me.
Interrupt recursion on that blue ad ranged. Always on P2.
Gift of the Queen.
3, 2,
Gift of the Queen.
1. Watch orb. Taunt
Counter.
boss.
Earthen
Death
shield
and
totem.
harm.
Essence of Gamir.
You were destined to die.
Commanding shout.
I have a soul stone on me apparently, so
3,
don't release.
2, 1.
Just die.
Watch orb.
Countered.
Big ad.
Right, that's the last set of rings you're going to get in this second phase, which is why it's important we phase early in
Taunt
P1.
boss.
As I foretold.
No.
Catch balls.
I take no
Targets in P2. Are we killing? So in P1 we obviously don't kill the second red ad. Do we kill it this time?
You may as well, because you get it. Ideally, P2, if everyone's alive, is you stay in front of the blue beam like you would normally, blue bubble, normally, until you get 3 rings, while interrupting recursion at all times on the blue ad. After your third set of rings, you know you're not going to get another set. You can go and spread. You can go and camp the second blue ad, then kill it if you want, kind of thing. But yeah, we'll be killing the second red ad where it spawns, which is on the boss actually, because we're not going to get any more rings when that's up. So you might as well kill it. The reason as well for interrupting recursion at all times on blue ads, even though you can stay alive anyway, is in phase 3 you're only going to get as many Delphuric beams as you got in P2 at the exact same time as you got them in P2. So you want to have as little amount of those go off in P2, so that P3 then becomes 3 rings, not many beams, and then just deal with conflicts. The DPS race in P2 is to not get as many orbs that you need to soak, because obviously they show up in phase 3 as well. So it's still balls to the wall DPS, but for a different reason. It's all to make our life at the end of the fight easier.
Get to the wall.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here.
Let's go. Bloodlust.
Big ad. Big ad.
Earthen shield totem. Tears deliverance.
Taunt boss.
Counter. Essence of Gamir. Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the
Watch
waves
your-
of time crash
Nice.
over you.
Left.
Devotion Aura.
Big Ad. Taunt boss.
Managed to heal a sec.
Watch your step.
Question
Gift of the
boss.
Queen.
Second box.
Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss. 4,
Earthen
3,
Shield. Counter.
2,
Embrace.
1.
Let the
Watch
waves
your-
of time crash over you.
Countered.
Then left.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the
Taunt
waves
boss.
of time crash over you.
Big
Healing
Ad.
Tide.
Taunt boss.
Right.
Tranquility.
Shot.
Taunt boss.
Vampiric Embrace.
Get outside.
Get him up.
Destined to die.
Taunt
big one.
phase 2.
You exist in but
Ellie
a
up,
single
quick.
moment.
Yeah, I'll wait
I
till
am
we're finished.
far less limited.
Run
wall.
out, run out as soon as you can move.
Watch your step. Big Ad.
But cleave the red ad down.
Big Ad.
Countered.
Taunt boss.
Choose Deliverance. Gift of the
Oh.
Queen. Essence of Samir. Gift of the Queen.
You were destined to die.
4,
Couple of range.
3, 2, 1.
Let the
Watch your
waves of
taunt
time
boss.
Countered.
Finish blue, quick. It's gonna hurt.
Darkness.
It's okay.
Left.
Commanding Shout. Lay on hands.
Big Ad.
Inner Bank.
Taunt boss.
Fresh
Gift
buff.
of the Queen.
Second
answer
box.
to me.
Gift of the Queen.
Big Ad.
Ouch.
Spirit Link.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the
Watch your-
waves of time
Counter.
Taunt boss.
Dampen Harm.
an inevitable outcome.
Swipe it, guys.
No.
4, 3,
People with
2,
arrows, please
1.
stop running
Watch
around
your-
the boss.
Yeah, if it's on you, stand still. It's been mentioned like 5 times.
Joy in this victory.
Yeah, what happens when you get the arrow on you, you stand still because anybody that is between you and the boss who gets hit by the arrow takes 1.8 million damage. Which
It's even the guys behind you as well now.
Yeah. So don't move because otherwise we just don't know where to move ourselves. It's the people who haven't got the arrows that need to move.
Just like an Archimond.
Yeah.
Don't move.
After the third set of rings in phase 2, you might want to tank him near the other blue ad and just kill the other blue ad for convenience, so that we don't have to keep interrupting recursion.
Okay, you mean what in phase 2?
Yeah. Because after the third set of rings, there's no point us standing that far away from it if there's something we need to do to it, which is interrupt.
Okay. Well, I think if we just follow the same sort of pattern of dragging the boss over towards the blue ad and bringing the pink with us, that's pretty much. I think that works for most of the fight, doesn't it?
Yeah, the orb soaking hurts. I soaked an orb and then got hit by her ability, that Cascading Star, and that finished me off.
Yes, okay.
If you're going to soak, just try and use like a bit of a, not an immunity, but a personal.
Right, and don't forget, if you don't have the soaking debuff, assume it's always you that needs to soak. Because obviously, if somebody soaked the first set of rings, they can't soak the second. Orb, sorry. So if you soak the first orb, you get a debuff, which is new, which means you can't soak the second one. So you already know that you're not going for the second one. If you don't have that debuff, assume it's always your turn to soak.
Can somebody put down a go chest, please? Just one person says so.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Gateway.
It's bundle.
Still got one rune in the guild bank, Sam. Is somebody playing without a Ventus rune?
Doesn't Amadar normally make 21 anyway?
I only put 20 in the tab.
Oh.
You made 25. I left 5 in the last tab, and I only put 20 in. Somebody's running without a rune.
No, everyone has one. I just checked.
Does anybody have one that isn't a Grand Magistrix one? Somebody might have put on a Star Ogre one.
They're going to admit it if they have. Well, it's either that or somebody used their own.
No, everyone has Ellison.
Yeah, everyone got it.
Everyone has Ellison.
Weird. Somebody must have had one already. Okay.
Feast. Get to the wall.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here.
Let's go! Bloodlust.
Big Ad. Big Ad.
Here's deliverance. Earthen Shield Totem. Essence of Gamir. Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen.
Taunt Boss. 4, 3, 2, Taunt Boss.
Let the
Watch your
waves of time crash over you.
My left.
Big Ad.
Devotion Aura.
Taunt
Range
Boss.
to get out.
Watch your step.
Refresh buff. Second pop.
Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen.
3, Taunt Boss. 1. Watch your
Earthen Shield Totem.
Crash over you.
Taunt Boss.
Going right.
4, 3, 2,
Counter.
1. Taunt Watch your
Shout now, Scabb, please.
Big Ad.
Going left.
Taunt Boss.
Tranquility.
Taunt Boss.
To the wall.
All out.
Phase 2.
You exist in but a single moment. I am far less limited.
Keep getting to the wall.
Watch your step.
Full count up.
Big Ad. Big Ad. Taunt
Oh,
Boss.
thanks.
Catch
Here's
balls.
deliverance.
Can be quite
Healing
boss.
Tide.
volatile. Just
Essence
as I
of Gamir.
foretold.
Commanding Shout.
Ouch. Do people miss orbs?
There was one on the
4,
bottom that one just
3, 2, 1. Watch your
Just
Counter.
It's going to be a while
Taunt
yet.
Boss.
Darkness.
We need to cleave down that red item more efficiently. Whether that's because people are dead or not, I'm not so sure.
Let's quickly ask, where was
Big
you,
Ad.
Fulcan? Because she's out of range.
On my left side, not on
I
Scabb's
take no
left
joy
side,
in
which
this
is
victory.
right as I
Just-
view
But
it.
it was.
Yeah, just miles away as well out of range, everyone.
yeah. When I'm calling, I'm always calling from the centre, looking at the blue ad. Always
Yeah.
at the bubble, because obviously that's where I'm standing. But yeah, it might be sometimes as at ranged, you might try and figure out which way does it mean. But that's always that way.
And usually there's always like the group kind of splits, but this time everyone followed each other. So I was out of range.
Can you sort of, can you sort of partially spread pre-move when you know that orbs are coming in, so that you're already partially in position, so you don't lose as much uptime on the bosses?
I'd rather not have us target swap to kill the ads, but if we have to, we have to. I mean, once P1's over with, we know we're going to only get 3 sets of rings. The P2 is all about how many beams are we going to get, how many orbs are we going to get to soak for P3. So if you do have to target the ad down to ensure we survive, do it. But I don't think we need it.
Well, you say that not, but it might just be easier to, like, say, range focus blue ad, or range focus ads first, pink then blue, whilst the rest of us, and then rely on cleave and the rest of us on the boss as far as damage. That way, at least you know for sure that they're going to be down in time, because blue was a long way off there, and pink hadn't died either. I think that's because most of the melee got killed by that orb that actually was under the boss. But I just think if we just do prioritise ads in phase 2 for ranged, it might just solve that RNG problem. Don't know. If, as you say, it's not going to affect the number of orbs we get.
It would help potentially if we kill the red one a bit quicker. So, and even melee could potentially help on that.
Yeah, but
just
we
cleave off red onto the boss.
We do that. But the point is what I'm saying. The mindset becomes kill ads, so it becomes focus red, then focus blue, then go back to boss once it's down. And I'm talking about the ranged here. The melee will obviously cleave red and boss as long as they're together. But that way you can be sure that it'll be down. I'm talking only about the second phase here, though. Okay. You can't cleave all 3 at the same time, Pokemon, because otherwise we'll end up with them dying too close to each other or on top of each other, and that will just mess up the orb dodging. Plus, you risk picking up the blue slow but debuff as well.
I mean, it might even be worth all of us switching to the red one, nuking it, and then using that increased haste to cleave down the blue one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just switch to ad, switch to ads, as in do the red, then do the blue, and then once they're down.
Yeah. I suppose it's not as we're not under as much pressure as P1 in terms of damage, I imagine.
Yeah, you're still going to get passive cleave on both boss and the ads anyway. So.
Yeah, we'll switch to the blue ad, switch to the red ad, nuke it, and then switch to the blue ad when we need to, near the ring DBM timer. So far, so good on P1 at least.
Good. Yagi's ready? Yeah, no, P1's nice and tidy, and actually the dodging is becoming a lot easier to predict. I think we're all getting used to the pattern, whether you move left or right, and there's another where the ring coming in from behind is going to be. So it's we're picking up less deaths in that phase, which is good.
Get to the wall. You can enough. Okay, well in that case you hit him.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here.
Let's go. Big
Bastard! Right on me, and I was
Big ad.
potting at the time.
Tears delivering.
Taunt boss.
Earthen shield near.
completely messed up my starter.
Taunt boss. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the
Watch
waves
your-
of time crash over you.
Green left.
Devotion aura.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Ranged and healers out.
Watch your step.
We need fresh buff, second pulse.
Taunt boss.
Gift of the Queen.
4.
Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss. 1.
Earthen shield totem.
Watch your
Counter.
Taunt boss.
Down right.
4, 3, 2,
Another set of rings
1.
coming.
Taunt boss. Watch your
Flaming tide.
Shout now.
big ad. Taunt boss.
Right.
Still have 9 down.
Taunt boss.
Tranquility.
Taunt boss. Watch your step.
Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss.
Gift of the
Phase
Queen.
2.
You exist in but a single moment. I am far less
Stick to the wall.
limited.
Nuke that
Watch
red
your
ad when it's in position.
Big ad. Big ad. Taunt boss.
Orbs.
Cat falls.
Big post.
Essence of Ganir.
I'm not full light.
I have a light.
Counter.
Take down the blue one now.
3, 2, 1.
It's much too high health.
Taunt
Watch your
boss.
Okay, done it. Go left.
Spirit link.
Big
You
ad.
were destined to die.
Okay.
Gift
Interrupt
of the
recursion
Queen.
at all costs. Get out
Gift of
ranged
the
and healer.
Queen.
Watch your step.
Time answer to me.
People with arrows stay. Only
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Vampiric embrace. Seer's deliverance.
Shout right.
Kill that ad.
Commanding shout.
4,
Counter.
3, 2, 1.
Let the
Watch your
waves of
target
time
you.
crash over you, just as I foretold.
Taunt boss.
Let's wipe it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We're on course to only
Watch your
get
big ad.
3 sets of orbs to soak, I think, which is
Just as
optimal.
I foretold.
I thought that
take
up a
no
bit with
joy
my
in this
CD there as
victory.
well. So it would have been a
It
lot
was an
better with those
overload.
beams.
We had one overlap, which was an issue there. We had, I think, 1 or 2 recursion casts also go off as well, which is when everyone started dropping. We've just got to keep interrupting at ranged until the 3rd set of rings has come in. Then we can all go over there and kill it. Good news is we're only ever going to get 2 slow ads spawn because of how well we're doing in P1.
Can I ask if there's any ability that makes your cooldowns fuck up? Like for me, my flag rate is 7-second cooldown turned to a 2-minute cooldown.
It's a fast time, it reduces cooldown.
No,
Slow bubble increases.
From 6 seconds to 2 minutes.
Isn't that just when we're in the time stop?
Yeah, we're in the phase
Well,
bit. It goes away.
no, but I didn't have a slow debuff. I know that.
No,
It's
but in the
just
time
there's-
stop, all your skills cooldowns will be like 5 minutes and all that, yeah.
and it will change back when the phase stop. It fucks up cooldown timers.
Yeah, I stayed in Bladestorm all the way through that. I don't know if you noticed, but it's going round and round and round and round for the entire time. And then
The
I
C4
carried.
campaigns, lots of attention on the heroic progress.
because it never happened.
It
did happen.
It always happens.
Not to me.
Well, obviously you never looked at your buttons in that moment and saw you were on 2-minute cooldown.
But it shouldn't remain 2-minute cooldown because it took 2 minutes, even after I took the fast bubble again.
Did it?
Yeah. So, kind of
That's weird.
why.
Well, try not to use it just as we go into that temporal displacement. Maybe it bugged because
I
you
don't know
used
why.
it just as you went in, and it put it on 2-minute cooldown.
Because how many times have we done this fight on all difficulties and such a thing never happened to me? So, weird.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I'll try not to screw up my opener this time.
Is it Inox putting again?
Yeah.
5,
Get to the
Did it
wall.
warm up? Goodbye.
3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here.
Bloodlust.
Big Ad. Big Ad.
Tears deliverance.
Taunt Boss.
Essence of Gamir.
Taunt Boss.
Earthen Shield Totem.
Bloody blue ad spawning all the way over
Gift
there.
of the Queen.
Yeah, this is going to be...
Gift of the Queen.
3, 2,
Kill it.
1. Taunt Boss. Watch your...
Ocean Aura.
Crash over you.
Going left.
Big Ad.
Refresh buff, second ball.
Do that ranged and hidden.
Taunt Boss. Watch your step.
Not you.
Taunt Boss. 4, 3, 2, 1. Taunt Boss. Watch your...
Earthen Shield
Crash
Totem.
over you.
Counter. Gift of the Queen.
Someone getting
Taunt
interrupted.
Boss.
Gift of the Queen.
4, Taunt 3, 2, 1.
Let the
Watch your...
waves of time crash over
Shut now,
you.
please go.
Healing
Big
Tide.
Ad. Taunt
Right.
Boss.
Tranquility.
Taunt Boss.
Stack them up.
Finish it off, get to the wall.
Get to the wall.
Taunt Boss.
Sacrifice.
Watch your step.
Not you.
4, Phase 2.
You exist in but a single moment.
Stick to the wall.
I am far less limited.
Remember, we're switching to the ads now as priority rather than
Watch
cleave.
your step. Big Ad. Big Ad.
Still red first.
Taunt Boss. Catch balls.
Then you're failing from Mortis, please.
Oops.
Vampires and
Where are we
Wolves.
going with pink?
I got this
For
one.
some reason, Nokia doesn't
Counter.
have it.
Rings coming soon. You need to
Kill
finish off
pink.
3-1 now.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Counter.
Watch your Taunt Boss.
Crash over you.
Left.
Just as
Shit.
I foretold.
Just clip me.
Big Ad.
Earthen Shield Totem. Gift of the Queen.
Move out.
Gift of the
Range to
Queen.
heal up.
Taunt Boss. Your step.
Black Mirror.
Answer to me.
Innervate bottom wall, please.
Big Ad.
Innervate. Tears deliverance.
4,
Four.
recursion.
Essence of
3,
Gamir.
2, 1.
Let the
Watch
waves
your-
of time. You were destined.
Taunt
Counter.
Boss.
Commanding shout.
4,
Try and run in the
3,
opposite direction
2,
as well, Sokia.
1.
Otherwise you just
Let the
spawn.
Watch your-
waves of time
Counter.
Big
crash
Ad.
over you.
Right.
Just as I foretold.
Knock. When we were
Yes.
doing the heroic progress,
I take no
the
joy in this
singularities
victory.
in phase 2
But it was
were
inevitable.
replicated where we had them in phase 1, so we didn't ever move out. Is that
It's
not the
worth-
case in
it's-
Mythic?
It's worth trying, but I don't think that's the case in Mythic.
See, it's usually on the tooltip.
So what was that, Falcon?
seems that she also casts it the same way as in phase 1, from what I can read from the tooltip of the ability. So you have to move out.
But I have seen, for example, somebody go to soak an orb in P2 and then a singularity spawns underneath them at the same time because it does overlap in that phase. So by all means, we can try not moving out to the sides, but I think we're going to be in for a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because on heroic it is like that. It just echoes, but hero mythic, I think she just casts it again.
Yeah, I think that's the only constant of the fight where it's not like an echo. But
No, if you saw it appear under someone who was soaking.
yeah,
then
it was on the Signs of Kalani video, which is the tactic we're using. Really, it shows that happen. And that one's that was a kill in April as well, so that was a really good one to watch.
How many people have spares? Because we normally don't recall them. I have a spare. Should be 10%.
I have a scar, but mine is running out in 5 minutes. I'm gonna drink it anyway.
Okay. Yeah, just use spares and then use single ones and go back, please. It's best to use the cauldron at the end rather than. We'll end up leaving 10 in the cauldron if we use it now.
It's worth noting that it is actually the most important thing in phase 2 that you interrupt recursion. Because you're going to stand in orbs and you're going to dodge rings anyway, but you're always not going to look out for what that thing's casting. So put it on a focus, make sure you interrupt it. I mean, eventually when the third rings go through us, we're going to fucking nuke it anyway, but we've got to get to that point.
Yeah, there's only one interrupt on the last try, and that was Okja. And it probably was in phase 1.
How many of our ranged are running Cephas Secret? Because that should be priority.
I can play with Cepheus.
I mean, it's if you proc it once a minute, it's a huge DPS increase for any caster.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to play with my belt or...
I mean, even regardless of using Cephas or not, just interrupt the damn thing.
No, you elemental shamans can use it on.
The problem for me on cleaving is when we pack just one elemental and the boss, I just lost so much DPS. So I don't know if I need to play with Ascendance or the other. Some player would play with Ascendance, but some player play with the other.
To the wall.
I think Ascendance is better.
Yeah, but if I play with Ascendance, I need to burst Alicent on the back or something like that.
5, 4, 3,
Food,
2,
guys, don't.
1.
No.
Your timelines end here.
Bloodlust.
Big ad.
Let's go.
Big ad.
Earthen Shield Totem. Tears Deliverance. Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss.
Gift of the Queen. Counter. Inner base.
Taunt boss. 4, 3, Taunt boss. 2,
Devotion
1.
Let the
Watch your-
waves of time crash over you.
Right.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Yeah. Refresh above.
Watch your step.
Second fault.
Taunt boss.
Counter. Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen. Shield Totem.
4, 3, 2, Taunt boss. 1.
Let the
Watch your-
waves of time crash over you.
Right. Oh well. Yes, you've got it right.
Taunt boss. 3, 2,
It's fucked up. I'm
1.
cut off now.
Yeah,
Watch your-
everybody else went left, but they actually went the right way. It was me that called them up.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Just follow the cross with the square.
Taunt boss.
Tranquility.
Taunt boss.
Get to the wall.
Taunt
Counter.
boss.
Not you.
Phase 2.
You exist in but a single moment. I
Stick to
am
the wall.
far less limited.
Essence of Ganir.
Watch your step.
No.
Big ad. Big ad.
Right, remember,
Taunt
focus
boss.
ads, pink first, then
Catch
blue.
balls.
Dot up the blue, please.
Gift of the Queen.
Oops.
Gift of the Queen. Earthen Shield counter.
Innervating Rombo.
Innervate lay on hands.
4.
Kill the blue ad now.
2. 1. Watch your taunt boss.
Dampen harm.
Right.
You were destined to die.
Oh, shit.
Big ad.
Second ad coming up. Interrupt recursion at all times. Moved out ranged and healers.
Taunt watch your step.
Time, not answer to me.
Big
Counter.
ad.
Spirit in darkness. Healing tide.
You were destined to
Practice
die.
the beams. Practice doing
Gift
the
of the
beams.
Queen.
3. 2.
Gift of the Queen.
1.
Swap to pink ad.
Counter.
Watch your
Earthen Shield totem. Counter.
taunt boss. Four,
Just as I
3,
foretold.
2,
Like
1.
Essence of Ganir.
Let the
Watch your
waves of time
big
crash
ad.
over you.
Vampiric embrace.
Taunt boss.
You'll
Catch
find
balls.
time can be quite
By the way, for those who use
volatile.
LVI,
I
there's a
take
really
no
nice feature
joy
on
in
it where
this
it basically
victory,
shows you how many stacks
but it
of
was
blast the ad has, and that gives you an idea how much it's going to hurt. So especially if you see it getting in like the 7 or 8, just interrupt something in phase 1.
I was there, so.
For phase 2, switch obviously to the red ad when it spawns at the start, and switch to the blue ad when it's called for and needed. For the second red ad that is there, though, we are just going to cleave it down. It has enough health, and it's always going to be stuck to the boss anyway. So it'll die of its own accord, and we'll get advantage of the haste buff. It's the only ad. It's the only other red ad we're going to get in P2, so it doesn't matter when it dies as long as it does. Our problem in P2 at the minute isn't yet DPS.
We'll try something.
Gateway.
Well, if nothing else, that trial was better on the recursion interrupts.
Yeah, just need to stop dying to stupid things. Rings melee and things like that. Heat up, get to the wall.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end
35k. Nowhere near 51k.
Big ad.
Do you have a strength?
Big Ad.
Intervene. Here's deliverance.
Taunt boss.
Counter.
Taunt boss.
Pull can up, please.
4.
Earthen
Taunt
shield.
boss. 2. 1.
Gift of the queen.
Blue needs to
Gift of the
die.
queen.
Right.
Taunt boss.
Nasty that. Just
I
wipe
Big
it.
Ad.
Stand in some circles. Oh, wipe it.
I have soul stun.
Watch your step.
We were late there with the blue and it gave us a very weird pattern, as you probably saw.
I take no joy in this victory.
I mean, sexy in her
But it was
magic
inevitable.
cloak.
He did say we got a res.
Gateway.
Pick it up.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here.
Bloodlust.
Big Ad. Big
Here's
Ad.
deliverance. Inner base.
Taunt boss.
Counter. Gift of the queen. Essence of Gamir. Earthen shield. Gift of the queen.
Interrupt.
Counter.
Taunt boss. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let the
Watch
waves
orb.
of time crash over you.
Left.
Taunt boss.
Time
Big
war.
Ad. Taunt boss.
We need fresh buff. Second pot.
Taunt boss.
Inner base.
Taunt boss.
Gift of the queen. Gift of the queen.
4,
Counter.
3, 2. Taunt boss.
Earthen
1.
shield put him.
Watch
Waves
orb.
of time crash over you.
I'm gonna go right.
Who's left?
No, but
4, Taunt
3,
boss. 2.
there was a
Yeah,
pool
yeah.
there, that's why I didn't go that way.
Let the
Watch
waves
your
of
boss.
time
It's
crash
healing
over
ray.
you.
No, the
Big
other way.
Ad.
Left again.
Tranquility.
Chat's going.
Taunt boss.
To the wall.
Gift of the queen.
Taunt boss.
Gift of the queen.
Phase 2.
You exist.
Nice, we missed another singularity there. That's good.
Far less limited.
Stick to the wall.
Watch your step. Big Ad. Big Ad.
Okay, focus that.
Taunt boss. Catch balls.
Essence
Oops.
of Gamir.
Volatile.
Come on, keep it still. Pink ad.
Counter. Countered.
4,
Earthen shield.
3, 2,
Get him up.
1. Watch your taunt boss.
Blue needs to die fast.
Countered.
Left. Yagi up.
Big Ad.
Vampiric embrace. Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen.
Taunt watch your step.
Can we res Yagi, please?
Big Ad.
Healing tide. Spirit link.
4, 3,
Rings come.
2,
Get back in front of blue.
1.
That's break.
Watch your
Commanding shout. Counter.
taunt boss.
Earthen shield pudding.
Left.
You were done.
Counter.
4,
Fury.
3,
Annihilate.
2, 1.
Counter.
Watch your
Yeah, again, we're missing the
Big Ad.
interrupts on.
Target you.
Yeah. In P2, after the rings, we can spread around the room.
Taunt boss.
Yeah, I think it's better if we do spread around the room after the rings are done. So yeah, don't release. We have a soul stone. So when the first rings come in, there's a good like 30 seconds before the second set of rings. So spread out to avoid beam damage, and so that you're always in range to interrupt the ad. And then we're going to call, obviously, to go outside to bait Singularity, but also call for you to come back for the next set of rings. Because I think what's killing us most is we are overlapping the beams and all standing in the beams. We're not meaning to, because we're always, even the ranged and healers, we're all in melee range, because we're treating it a bit too like P1.
Actually, what seems to be the problem that the beams are at the same time when we need to dodge the rings, and of course
you've got a couple of seconds actually. I had the beam on me and I was quite far away from the ring, so after the beam had hit me, I had enough time to run. I didn't even blink. I had enough time to run to the blue bubble. So if you get the Delphic beam on you and you're at ranged and you're spread, just stand still anyway and treat it as normal, and then run in for the ring. We're going to get overlaps. The worst overlap we're going to get is at the end of this phase, when we have to soak an orb and get a Singularity at the same time. We might lose somebody because the Singularity will spawn on you there. But yeah, after the rings, spread out and we'll call for you to come back in. Might make our life easier. Yeah, that's why when the beams come in, that's why if we spread, then when the beams come in, they'll be pointing all around the room. And then the beam hits, and then we run behind the...
We had the beams at the same time when we needed to dodge the orbs, so everyone was behind the blue and needs to be behind the blue. There's no place to spread at that point.
Right, I had the beam on me and I was far away. I waited for the beam to hit, and then I ran towards the blue.
We had about 4 beams at the same time, one after another.
Yeah, that's because recursion's not interrupted. It resets the cooldown on the beam.
Yeah, we do need to interrupt in P2. Everybody make sure that you get out of the P1 habit. P2 is all about interrupts. P1 we can slack, but P2 we do need to interrupt.
Recursion is blue out, right?
Yeah. He does 2 different casts, so he does recursion and the other one.
But recursion is prolonging.
5,
Yeah.
4,
The pink one.
3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here. Let's go.
Bloodlust.
Big Ad.
Tears deliverance.
Big Ad.
Innervate. Gift of the Queen. Devotion aura.
Taunt boss.
Gift of the Queen. Countered.
Taunt boss.
Countered.
3, 2,
Earthen
1.
shield pudding.
Let the
Watch your
waves of time crash over you.
Left.
taunt boss. Big Ad.
Time Wolf.
Fresh buff.
Ranged inhibitor.
Second
Taunt
boss.
boss. Watch your step.
Not you.
Taunt
Gift of the
boss.
Queen. Essence of Gamir. Gift of the
4,
Queen.
3, 2,
Then Carrot
1.
Embrace.
Let the
Counter.
Watch your
waves of time crash over you.
Taunt boss.
Left. Whoops. Oh, went right, did you?
Countered.
4, 3, 2, 1. Watch your taunt boss.
Time crash over you.
Big ad. Taunt
Left
boss.
again.
Shut down, Seb.
Tranquility.
Taunt boss.
Gift of the
Taunt
Queen.
boss. Phase 2.
Gift of the Queen.
But a
Nice.
single moment.
Clean.
I
the wall.
am far less limited.
Watch your step.
Tears Deliverance.
I love this.
You didn't even try.
Big ad.
Iron
Big
of
ad.
Ice.
Dot up that blue.
Earthen Shield Totem.
Taunt boss. Cat falls.
Time can be quite
Orb.
volatile.
Nearby place. Barumba.
Interrupt.
Countered.
Oh!
Commanding
What's
Strike.
the
Go off.
4, 3, 2,
the blue?
1.
Let the
Watch your
Finish blue, quick.
Countered.
taunt boss.
Too late.
Fuck.
Another second.
Alright, run.
an inevitable outcome.
Alright, just wipe it, 2 minutes dead.
I think we need to assign some people on orb because of just like the ultimate the same go on the orb.
Watch your step.
Can't assign people because they can't do it every time. There's
Big
people with
ad.
the range need
Taunt
to be on
boss.
top of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Ranged, like I said, if you've not soaked
Just
one,
as I
assume it's
foretold.
always your turn to soak and run
I take
towards
no
one. If somebody else
claim
gets
to
to it
victory.
first, oh well, tough
But it
shit, go back
was
to the boss.
inevitable.
It's
Other
better,
release.
rather that than dead. Yeah, I know that's how we lose DPS, but we also lost an entire try. Yeah, Bibba, we are the best to soak it, but we need somebody to soak the second one if we soak the first one.
yeah.
Get your ice block everything.
Well, yeah, I can stand still in it with an ice block for the second one, and then try and cold snap ice block a third one. But short of recruiting 10 mages for the fight, we all have to run for it.
Get through the wall.
Gateway.
There's an invisible wall there. Just go somewhere else.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here.
Bloodlust. Tears Deliverance.
Big ad. Big ad.
Gift of the Queen. Innervate. Gift of the Queen. Devotion Aura.
Taunt boss. Interrupt.
Countered. Earthen Shield Totem.
4, 3, 2, 1. Taunt boss. Watch your
time crash over you.
Prone left.
Taunt boss.
Left, maybe.
Time war.
Big ad.
Move out range and hit.
Taunt
Pressure
boss.
buff.
Watch your
Down.
step. Taunt boss.
Gift of the Queen.
Second pop.
Gift of the Queen. Inner Bay.
4. Taunt boss. 2. 1.
Let the wave
Watch
of
taunt
time
boss.
crash over you.
Earthen Shield Totem.
Left.
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Let the
Taunt
wave of
boss.
time crash over you.
Big Taunt
Left.
boss.
Tranquility.
Shout, sir.
Lay on hands.
To the wall.
Taunt boss. Phase 2.
You exist in but a single moment.
Stick to the wall.
I am far less
faster.
limited.
We will get
The
faster.
crow is on the wall.
Tears
Watch your
Deliverance.
step.
So was a warlock.
Big ad.
Fais pas for soak.
Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss. Catch
Gift of the
Thank
Queen.
you.
Time can be quite volatile.
Got that, blew up.
Vampiric Embrace. Counter.
Inner Bay 3.
Inner Bay.
4. 3. 2. 1. Watch your taunt boss.
Crash over
Right foot.
Earthen Shield Totem. Essence of Gamir.
Left.
Spread out a bit after this.
Spraga.
Vampiric Embrace.
Big
Golden
eye.
Tide.
Pressure buff.
Second adds up. Interrupt. Recursion as much as you
Gift of
can.
the Queen.
Watch your step.
Gift of the Counter.
Move out range.
Big ad. Taunt
Counter.
boss. Target you. 4.
Move into rings.
3.
just as I
2. 1.
Around.
Watch your
Darkness. Counter. Commanding
We
Shot.
let a recursion go off. Careful. Spread a bit now.
taunt boss.
Dampen
4.
Harm.
3.
Counter.
2. 1.
Last set of rings
Watch
coming.
your
Move back in.
Shield
Big
Totem.
You were destined to die.
Don't forget about
Gift
recursion.
of the Queen.
Any
Gift of the
faster?
Queen. Counter.
This is where we go around killing the blue ads. Kill the blue
Soaking,
ads.
soaking.
Volatile.
Soak.
Taunt boss.
Counter.
Get knocked up.
Time answer to me.
I will die.
Counter.
Wow, that's a bad idea.
Kill the
Target
blue
you.
ads now.
Essence
We
of
have
Oh.
As I foretold.
Oh no, Winter.
If you
Big ad.
okay, let's just wipe it, guys. Just at a point, if you move
Taunt
the boss when he's doing beam, you will pull all the beams together and then we'll all get nuked. Because you moved the boss and all three of us, we ended up in one single beam then.
Just standing the shit.
An
Stand back.
inevitable outcome.
Look be free.
15 seconds we are.
Taunt
press.
boss.
Come on, press.
Countered.
Big ad.
I'm still alive then.
You don't want to kill me.
Iron
Do
Bar.
not release them.
Everyone else die, I'll rest someone.
You can arrest me.
That's
if
Catch
acceptable.
balls.
Time can be quite volatile.
I have a battle rest on me.
Soaking was better.
Taunt boss.
Okay.
I take no joy in this victory.
Because what I said earlier was absolute complete bullshit, and we did get 2 slow ads in that phase, or 3 technically. What we're going to do is, when the second one spawns, instead of just interrupting it and going on with our day, every single person that is arranged is going to nuke and kill it. Just so we don't have to deal with any possible mess. And same goes for the one afterwards as well, the third one. Well, ideally, until rings are over, until after the third set of rings, ranged, just murder the second blue ad. When there's no more rings to be dealing with, we can move to the ads and kill them all as normal.
But to Scabb's point, we don't really want to move to the second because there'll probably be beams up at the same time.
Oh no, we're not moving to the second blue ad at all.
Ranged are doing it. Melee are not going anywhere near the blue ad. Right.
It's after all the beams. Sorry to speak over you there. After all the beams are done, after all the rings are done, the only parts in P2 that are left are beam and orb. So don't move the boss if a beam's coming, but nuke the blue ad just so that we don't have to bother with recursion. So yeah, we're just going to nuke every blue ad. If you're ranged and you see a blue ad, murder it.
Right, let's get in another try before the break. Do we have a repair bot?
Here. Behind it.
Bieber's idea of all range spread at the start of P2 is actually a good one.
Well, we all spread after the rings anyway, so we might as well spread before the ring, I suppose.
No, I'm talking.
Oh, you're on about for the soaking. Yeah, I did actually toy with the idea of saying putting like a marker down either side and saying, we 1 and 2 prioritize this side. But to be honest, we don't need to overcomplicate it. So yeah, just spread out.
Stick to the wall. And move away from Minox a bit. Or you just move Minox.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your timelines end here. Let's go.
Bloodlust.
Big ad.
Tears deliverance.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Interfate Miyake.
Intervene.
Thank you.
Counter devotion oil. Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss.
Counter. Gift of the Queen.
4, 3, 2, 1. Taunt boss. Watch all.
Earthen shield totem.
Crash over you.
Left.
Taunt boss. Big ad. Taunt
First
boss.
buffed.
Ranged out.
Second pop.
Watch your step.
Not you.
Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss.
Intervene.
2, 1.
Let the
Watch
waves
all.
of time crash over you.
Worth noting, it's only P2 we're murdering them.
Left.
4, 3, 2,
Earthen shield
1.
totem.
Taunt boss. Watch all.
Of time crash over you.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Left.
Essence of Ganir.
Shot please go.
Taunt
Get
boss.
to the wall.
Tranquility.
Taunt boss. Phase 2.
You exist in but a single moment.
Stick to the wall.
I am far
Becomes
less
Falcon.
limited.
Actually move this time, please.
Avatar on
Watch your
115
step.
minutes. Cool down.
So that's the nerf.
Big ad. Big ad.
Yeah,
Range spread out.
Won't be RBIS silent anymore. Rend is going to be this.
Taunt boss. Balls.
Oh, good.
Counter.
Volatile.
Gift of the Queen. Gift of the Queen. Counter.
4, 3, 2,
Tears
1.
deliverance. Time warp.
Watch
Blue
all.
must die.
Taunt boss.
Left.
Feel free to spread around the room with it.
Big ad.
Refresh buffs.
Embrace.
Murder this hand ring. The new one's up.
Let mirror. Earthen shield totem.
Watch your step.
Answer to me.
Counter. Gaining time.
That's the problem.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
Darkness. Vampire's embrace.
Target you.
You're in for
4,
ring.
3, 2,
Essence of Ganir.
1.
Spirit link.
Yep.
Watch all.
Counter. Gift of the Queen.
Left.
Gift of the Queen.
Taunt boss.
Countered.
3, 2, 1.
Right, last set of rings coming now.
Sure.
Watch out,
Began.
that ad's going to speed up some rings.
Right.
Devotion aura. Innervate.
Right. Range, nuke the other recursive element.
Catch balls.
Soak some
Balls.
Taunt boss.
I'll take the one in the blue.
Time, answer to me.
Target you.
Oh, the one knock it sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
post this one to the boss for me now.
Just wipe it.
Big ad. Taunt boss.
There's someone.
I take no joy.
When I
in
see
this
the boss, we have
victory,
the damage, so people
but it
just
was
move for the
inevitable.
soak.
Don't release.
We're in a break now.
No break. Let's go.
Yes, we're gonna have another break. Yeah.
I'll put a repair mount up outside.
Yes.
Gateway.
I can put down outer hammer. It's right here.
So yeah, range switching and killing those blue ads in P2, it feels like it's going to give us way more control in that phase. Less running around going, oh my god, do I need to interrupt shit? You're going to stand still and fucking nuke then.
And so we're not moving the boss in.
No need. Yeah, I looked at it again, and even with half the range dead, we still nearly nuked the third blue ad down.
Okay.
Plus, it's less things to go wrong. It's always nice to have.
Thanks. Yes. Nice week, Aura.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get Aegis Recore loaded.
It has a horn sound when you start casting, and you don't have to have it on focus if you don't want to. So whenever the mob with that name is casting the spell, you get a horn. The only problem is it does, like, the bar is gonna be up for 3 seconds even if you interrupt on 0.1. I have to figure out how to, like, make the weak aura disappear if it's when it's interrupted.
Yeah, definitely worth having. Also, guys, when P2 is sorted, which it nearly is actually, P3 is going to be sorted as well, because the only addition to P3 is the Conflex Burst, which is going to be an on-the-fly call-out from somebody to yell when somebody should get into the slow debuff. We need to stagger the explosions. Other than that, it's the same as P2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gateway.
Gammon will save us.
Wasn't tried to break his alarm like 2 minutes ago. I'm waiting for.
No idea.
Discussion and all, chat.
Alright.
8.
Wait.
said, I do generally wonder, I know this is a bit of a pointless question, but whether they'll actually increase the augment runes, how much it will actually give you stat-wise when Tumor Sagaris and the Argus raid comes out. Because it's soon going to be completely redundant.
Yeah, it's almost redundant already, so.
Right.
Especially considering the price.
It's 0.6% now, which is still not too bad.
It is ridiculous. They should just give us endless rune.
Yeah, they should give us the same as last expansion.
Yeah, I would farm my ass for it because gold sink is incredible.
Yeah, I understand they want to give people a reason to do LFR, but I'm not sure this should be it.
No. It's a shitty reason to do LFR. They're forcing us. It's just bad game design if they're forcing us to do shit we don't want to. There should be more ways to get them, I think. Like this event where we're getting the runes from the world quests. It was awesome.
They just shouldn't exist. Full stop.
Yeah, true.
Just give it LFR, maybe, I don't know, a special currency you can spend on, like a nether shard like.
Okay.
Currency.
Right. Sorry that's taken a bit longer. I've been trying to figure out how best to do this. Right, I'm stepping out. Toki is stepping in, and we'll see how he does on the fight. So, best of luck, everybody. Listen to whoever else calls, because I'm not here. And make sure somebody's logging, please, because I will need logs to make a decision about tomorrow's raid if you don't kill him today. Somebody also will need to put down the feasts, as I'm not here.
Cauldron's on green, by the way.
Thank you.
Scabb, probably don't go too far. I got a whisper from Bieber's wife.
Je suis là, je suis là.
Ah, t'es revenu, ok.
Assez drôle.
Sorry, missed it.
No problem.
He got a whisper from his wife.
Yeah, you want to?
Well.
Yes.
I got a whisper
you need
saying.
To speak French.
Yeah.
It's whisper like,
French.
Bieber's sick. Bieber's sick. More information coming.
Yeah, but I'm ultra sick, so